Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells. Every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So let's talk about this teacher that got in trouble for allowing some students, to unbraid his hair in class on TikTok. Okay. We're going to get into the story because I have I have a take on it, personal stories. Try to make those of y'all who don't understand why we as a people, I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, whoever, man, woman, have a problem with this, and why this young brother, for some reason, just don't get it. But let's get into it. We're gonna try to make this as quick and sweet as possible. This is from the Atlanta Black Star, and it reads, "I was attacked. Maryland teacher reassigned after allowing students to unbraid his hair, calls out double standard in video of white male teacher getting his head bedazzled by female students." Now, I haven't seen that video of the white male student getting bedazzled, but because that's neither here nor there. It's beside the point. But matter of fact, I'm gonna let you know why in a second. A black teacher who is currently being investigated by his school for allowing his students to unbraid his hair recently spoke out about the accusations leveled at him. Now, take it. It's the end of the year, so right now you're doing what? Tests, end of the year tests, graduations, things of that nature. So it's not really probably a whole lot of teaching going on when this video was teaching left to be done when this video was created. But like I say, you're at the end of the year, so you don't really want to, as the what you call it, the faculty, the upper faculty, superintendents, and all them people. You probably don't want to cause a big rift or too much of an outrage by firing this guy before the end of the school year, and you're too close to the end. So he will just reassign him. He can still be around. Well, not really be around, but he can still get his paycheck, get his money, and they'll investigate, until they figure out what they're going to do with him, which is probably either if they have reassign him or, let him go, give him a great letter of recommendation when he leaves. It says the investigation stems from a live stream Marquise White, a middle school science teacher in Maryland, posted on his TikTok account, showing between 4 and 5 middle school girls unbraiding and detangling his hair. He clarified in another TikTok video, which showed a clip of the unbraiding session, that he recruited the students to help him at the end of class in preparation for a hair appointment. Now, y'all recall in the video, he said that he didn't take his hair down because there was supposed to be some people coming in doing pictures and interviews, and he was one of the people that was going to talk to, right? So he couldn't take his hair down, but he had a hair appointment after that. Well, I'm not sure. Well, I'm quite sure probably he couldn't I'm going to give him the benefit of this doubt. Probably couldn't reschedule a hair appointment because it might take a while to get another hair appointment. He probably had another engagement to where his hair needed to be done by a certain time. So he just said, hey, he'll figure out how to make it work. Granted. But recruiting kids to do your hair in class on TikTok, and understand how I emphasize on TikTok, it's not the way to go. Some users blasted White's conduct as inappropriate, calling the hair session perverse and saying it crossed boundaries. Others thought it was wholesome. It's probably the women who probably wanted him to clap them cakes, and when they thought there was nothing wrong with it. He said, quote, "If I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments," White said. "To me, it's literally just her. It doesn't have to be weird." Samson in the Bible gained his strength from his hair. He allowed a woman to come in and seduce him, entice him, rock him to sleep in more ways than one. And she cut his hair. He became weak, blinded, and his enemies was able to take control of whatever he had. So hair is not just something that's just, I can't say it's just hair, because if it was just hair, then it would be you just didn't need to get it done, and you would have just came to school how you wanted, or just went to that engagement for the reason for your hair appointment in the first place. You'd be like, it's just hair. Why y'all tripping on it, right? Come on now, you can't have it both ways. Pick got to pick a side. The video, which drew more than 8 million views, is now the center of a probe. According to WUSA 9 News, White has been reassigned out of the classroom pending the outcome of an investigation, per a statement from the Prince George's County Public Schools. Again, he's probably just going to wait till the end of the school year to figure something out. Or they probably already figured out, just ain't going to make an announcement until after the school year is over. In a recent video, White addressed the comments impugning his character and professional conduct. He stitched another TikTok showing young female students bedazzling their white male teachers' heads and drew comparisons, asking why the teacher isn't being public executed like him. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I hate, I just really hate, and hate is a strong word, but I hate when people always compare themselves to the worst of others. When my kids were coming up, and let's say grades, tests come out, they bring home a not so stellar grade home. And the first thing they said is, well, Dad, I got the highest grade, or Dad, only 2 or 3 kids, passed the test. And I'm like, okay, so how did they pass the test? Or like everybody else, so everybody else was doing, they didn't get in trouble. Again, so that's one of those. So if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? If everybody ran out in the freeway and didn't get hit, and only a couple of them got hit, that means a couple of them didn't get hit. That means you're going to run out there in the middle of the highway too. As we say now, make it make sense. So and I feel that people who do things like that, they only do it because what they did was wrong and everybody else is getting away with it. They understand what they did was not on the level. So they got to find, misery loves company. Water seeks its own level. They got to find somebody else who's doing the same thing they doing, if not the same or even worse, and say, hey, look what they did. They do it all the time. You know how you got these people say, look, white people do this all the time. We do it and we get in trouble. Yes, we can say that and we understand that. So what we need to do is live like that. But it doesn't matter if the teacher was a white dude or a black dude or whoever. You as a person do understand it's a lot deeper than just your job. Number one, you are representing the Prince George schools, Prince George County's public schools. You are representing them, yes. But you are a teacher. You're an adult. You are not a friend of these kids. What did you say? Like, I recruited like 4 or 5 of my BFFs. No, them kids can't be your friend. Let me tell you why. I knew a guy, I worked in the warehouse with a guy. He was a young dude still, maybe in his 30s, early 30s. And he said that he was a teacher. I think he taught high school. And, he quit. But one of the things he said that made him quit was, I'm not sure if he was just kind of exaggerating about why it made him quit, but he did mention how some of them students would be flirtatious toward him. High school students, okay? And he was like, that's just not the thing to do, because he said, man, these girls here, he was like kind of saying like, they looking good, blah, 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 whatever, built like this and the third, what is makeup, blah, 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 trying to like grown women, but they kids. It's inappropriate. Couldn't deal with it. Just and the third. So like I said, I don't know if he was exaggerating as to that's why he quit, but he was saying that that was one of the things that stood out in school that threw him off. I mean, hell, we remember going to school and all our teachers looked like real grandmas, like 50s, 60s year olds, not 20 and 30-year-olds in high school and junior high, this and the third. And speaking of junior high, I remember being in junior high, and there were junior high girls would talk about their boyfriends being in their 20s, grown men, dirty old grown men dating junior high kids. So you have to think of that. Now you can say that, oh, this is innocent. It's just friends, they're doing a friendly thing. You have to understand that there are kids as well as adults who can catch feelings, who can get an emotional attachment, especially with real close body touch. They say what they say about married couples, if you stand there and like hug for like 20 seconds, there's like some kind of hormones and stuff that release and you know and calms you down and draws you closer together and this, that, and the third. You know, that's just like some kind of scientific study. But so and let's say like this. Also personally, I remember being in high school. Now in high school, my waves were a lot deeper than this, but that's because I used to brush my hair all day, every day. I used to carry a brush in my pocket. I was like probably one of the hell, I used to carry a brush with like a no handle brush in class, keep it in my pocket. I used to keep a mirror in my pocket too. I used to brush my hair all the time, all my time. And all the time I had girls would come up to me, whether I be on the bus or sitting on the steps inside the school, and they would come up to me wanting to brush my hair. Just sit behind me and brush my hair. I said, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, she was like a status symbol to me. You know, like dudes be looking at them like, oh man, look at that. And I had cats brushing their hair just like me, like come trying to get them waves like I was getting. That's the things you have to think about when you think of stuff like this, that these young girls are impressionable, whether it be professional or physical or whatever. Shoot, I remember being a softball coach and I had one of my players. She was athletic, but softball, they was all learning. You know, she was kind of, still in the scared of the ball stage, junior high. And I remember a ball came toward her and she actually caught it and we got the third out and she was like surprised and out of like spur of the moment, I gave her a hug. You know, like a congratulatory hug. You know, that's how I did. That's how I felt like gratitude. Yeah, all right, you did it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pump her up. And she was so happy. I remember her parents even came and told me about, well, I forgot her name, Samantha, Sabrina, one of them. She was so happy. Like she was like so shocked. Oh my God, my coach helped me. She was just so happy. I said, and I felt good about that. But then I thought about it. I really shouldn't have done that. Because on the surface level, it just didn't look right. I mean, it probably was a thing that she probably needed and probably, encouraged her to do better, to, or whatever, but it just wasn't right. You understand what I'm saying? So, and it's not like it was nothing sexual about it either way. I thought, like I said, I think I just went overboard. I should have she just gave her a high five or a pound and, and did like a rah cheer. But I was like playing third base coach right there. Well, I was right there, boom, right there by the dugout. But like I said, never done it before, never done it after. Because like I say, it's one of those things like you just never know the things that you do, how it will affect them. So you have to keep it on the level. Oh, I got daughters. You know what I'm saying? I got daughters and I know if I saw my child, like I said, I used to have girls brushing my hair all the time in high school. So if I saw my daughter unbraiding a teacher's hair in class, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a major problem because no, we're not doing that. Oh, it don't mean nothing. I know it don't. If it don't mean nothing, you just do it yourself because it's going to continue to not mean nothing. But like I said, why do we have to speak on what the worst of people do? Did he say anything about this white man's teaching skills? Because y'all are teachers. Did he talk about maybe the passing rate, the graduation rate of his students who passed certain tests? Well, what the grades, the grade averages in their class? Did he talk about that? No, he talked about the man getting his head bedazzled. You got a problem? Talk to a supervisor or whatever, but a superintendent. But other than that, I get tired of people bringing up the negatives to the other people do just so they can justify what they're doing. Continue. He says, I firmly believe that I was mainly attacked by my own community because I'm a young, handsome black man. I think this dude's part of the LMNOP community. I really do. That's all I'm going to say. He may not be, but because you sound kind of sassy. You sound like you was feminine raised big time because ain't no way in the world. Nah, ain't nobody care you because I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 50. So I don't, man, whatever. You young and dumb is the problem. I don't know if you was attacked by your own community, but your community is trying to do things that help you stay out of trouble. And you use it against yourself. to use it against people, to hurt, to try to to be a victim. He said, White said, adding that people who thought the video he posted was suggestive were projecting their thoughts and ideologies onto him and his students. Okay, exactly. Not their thoughts and ideology. It's like, dude, you just don't do that. It don't care. Me, I ain't got nothing. Ain't nothing that a child can do for me. Nothing at all. You understand me? And you may be thinking the same thing. But again, there's no way in the world that I would let a student of mine or a kid who I coached in softball over the years brush my hair. Just ain't gonna let them do it. You understand? So come on, man. I mean, your mindset has to be different, especially like I said, you're a professional. He also asserted that if he was white or female, he wouldn't have faced such intense criticism. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, you know this, we know this. And like I said earlier, we got to live like that's a reality. If that's what it is, then act like it, act accordingly, because you don't run and you don't control anything. You in the system, you live and work in the system. Act like it. That's all you can do. Just act like it. Until you can, unless you got your own school, your own students, and do what you want to. Well, I ain't gonna say do what you want to, because I don't want you to get in trouble doing stupid stuff. While some commenters continue expressing support for White, others still believe he was in the wrong. Quote, as a principal, pal. So that means you're talking about, I don't know, he's a principal. As a principal, PLE, pal. Yeah. The principal is your pal. I remember that from Alvin and Chipmunks. We need to bring cartoons back like that taught you something, like Animaniacs, Alvin and Chipmunks. Because I always remember, like in Capitol, like the Capitol building has an O on it. Man, I learned Alvin and Chipmunks back in the day. Man, they got to bring that stuff back. But anyway, as a principal, my point is they're saying it wrong. It's supposed to be PLE, not PAL. As a principal, you both cross, because he's not a principal, he's a teacher. As a principal, you both cross a professional boundary. Take accountability and make better choices. Won't be a role. And that's bottom line. Just make better choices, because the choice you made was wrong. You don't have female students. You don't have no students at all be that cool, which it's a guy. What's his name? B Dallas or D Dallas, something like that I see on Instagram. He do videos with students and do skits, which I think is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, hell, there ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing different than like theater arts. Doing videos with your students. Clowning this, that, and the third, and just showing having a good time. And they learn this, that, and the third. That's different, because there's nothing really crossed from what you see. He's behind his desk. He's talking, reading off of scripts or whatever, or trying to teach, and they are, doing it, over there and, being students or whatever. But I watched that, and, they're pretty cool videos. Don't seem like nothing inappropriate. It's fine, but you just got to understand, remember where the line is, and don't cross that line of professionalism to a student, and vice versa. You won't have, you know what I'm saying? You won't have many problems. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Let's dialogue. Hey, support the channel, like, share, comment, or subscribe. All for it. Nothing, doesn't cost you anything but a couple of minutes out your day. But if you want to financially support, you can super thanks, super chat, or click in the links below. You can support that way. But however you do it, man, I appreciate everything. I appreciate you sitting here watching. That's where it all begins. But with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.